Food for thought. Isn't it frustrating when you just cannot seem to move ahead? Have you ever wondered why? Why is it that the more I try to be good, the more I try to make positive change in my life, the more I try to do what is pleasing to God, the more setbacks I seem to encounter? Well, we all have been there. We need to remind ourselves that awakening our spiritual selves means we are breaking out of a comfort zone where habits became our life. Yes, some daily rituals became habits, and some can be not so good habits. They may be the norm for the majority, but in God's eyes, they still are bad habits or non-productive habits, maybe even destructive habits. The effort to change steers within us a very difficult struggle. The intention to change and become a better person starts in our heart, and while the intention is good, the flesh rebels. We may not notice, but the truth is, deep down we are frustrated because we are restraining ourselves. This turmoil within us sometimes brings forward a negative attitude. And what was normally a small hiccup, a simple challenge, becomes a big deal, and even worse, we feel discouraged. C.S. Lewis in Mere Christianity describes it as such: we never find out the strength of the evil impulse inside us until we try to fight it. So how do we press on? How do we push through and get through the setbacks? Jesus never yielded to temptation, but that does not mean it was not difficult. That does not mean he did not struggle. Holy Scripture is filled with examples where Jesus was tempted. Jesus was challenged by earthly human behaviors and social expectations, just like you and me. Jesus endured all the temptations of the flesh, just like you and me. He gives us a clear example how to push forward. We find this throughout the Bible. Throughout his mission on this earth, he chose to be still. He chose to make space and time for prayer with the Father. Many great saints fought the setbacks that life dishes out and share practical advice. Mother Teresa: be faithful in small things, because it is in them that your strength lies. Francis of Assisi: start by doing what is necessary, then do what is possible, and suddenly you are doing the impossible. Both Mother Teresa and St. Francis tell us about focusing on the little things, the small priorities. So, one step at a time, have a look at your life. Are you doing what is necessary? Are you connecting with God daily? Do you have daily time where you are still allowing God's voice to guide you? Are you passionately seeking God? Are you doing what is possible? Remember to focus on what you can control. What is not in your control is useless worry. Are you embracing your limitations? Are we believing the impossible? Do you believe that God can do anything? Confirm it to yourself as many times a day as you can. Are you surrendering to God? Check. If you let it go in God's hands, you shouldn't be thinking about it. So when the situations come to mind, stop, change gears, and think or do something else. Remember, negative thoughts bring forward negative actions. I know, it is easier said than done, but such is life. Whether or not you choose to move forward, with or without your agreement, life moves forward anyway. We need to understand and accept that changes are imminent. Things will not stay the same. They either get better or get worse. So you might as well try. Try to make tomorrow a better day. Try to make your home a better place. Try to find peace and joy God has destined for you. Joyce Myers says it quite nicely. Trials and testing do not come to cause us to lose stability. They are opportunities to prove the strength of God. We do not have to waver in our confidence. Nothing will keep us from making progress today because God is our strength. So many times I need to remind myself of the same thing. I often actually remind myself that one needs to take a step backwards to be able to sprint forward. So when you do have a little setback, don't get discouraged. This is Joan Attard with a little food for thought. Until next time.